This is 3 steps Afro cut. As you can see, I'm cutting the skin. The skin which appears to be the step 1. That's the first step in barbing 3 step. You can see I'm cleaning the skin part. I cut and I clean very smoothly so that it will give my client what he really wants. So here I'm using step 1 to fade. After cleaning the skin, I form a slight line before using the step 1 to clean the fade. So I'm using step 1, I use my right hand, my left hand first, then now I'm using my right hand. You can see I'm still regulating the clipper choke, that's the regulator. I'm still regulating so that it will give me approximately what I want. So from here I remove the step 1. I'm using my clipper, but for you to do this you have to be a professional because this is very risky for a beginner. For you to use normal clipper and fade a line like this and make the fade very neat, you have to be a professional. So I'm doing this because I've been in the field for long. So you'll be mindful while doing this. So here I'm cleaning the fade with the clipper, that is the pure clipper, no step. Then I clean from down while my choke is down. As you can see, the clipper choke is down, like down. I'm doing this with carefulness so that I won't remove the base. As you can see, the hair now has a base. You can see the step from down to up. So the skin has aligned to the second step, and the second step aligned to the third step, which is the hair, the main hair itself. So you can see this side now is very neat, properly faded. So now I move to this other side. You can see I'm lining the down part, which is the skin. I'm skinning the down. You can see very clear. I'm doing it very smoothly, cleaning very smoothly so that it will be neat. So clients most times after skinning, they do go back and feel the skin with their hands to see if there are still hair remaining. So you will skin it properly in a way they won't feel the hair. As you can see here, I'm forming a thin line between the skin and the hair. That is where I will now start fading from. Now I have installed my step 1. I use my left hand here, no, my right hand this side. I'm using my right hand now to clean. You can see I'm fading from the back to the front while still regulating my choke. You'll be careful here to make sure that your choke is down, because you can't do this while your choke is up with step 1. I've removed my choke. Now I'm using my clipper, that is normal clipper, you can see, while cleaning. Remember I told you earlier, you can't do this without being a professional in this field. So you will flop in this area if you're not a professional. You can see now I'm cleaning the lines, the bug line between the skin and the main hair. Here you can see I'm still fading this other side. That is to make the hair properly neat so that the steps will align. You can't do this and still see lines on the hair. It won't be that neat. It won't give you that look as a professional barber. So you do this in a way, if strangers see your client's hair, they will say, wow, who is really your barber, he's doing a great work, you know. So that's why I'm doing this while being careful. So here at the back, I turned the clipper down. I fell from up to down so that that place will align too. Here I turned the clipper, and now I'm from down going up to remove the line. I'm cleaning the lines from down to up to give me, that is the line between the skin and the second base. Now I turn again from up to down, and I still turn again from down to up. You can see I have cleaned the hair properly. You see, from the skin part to the second step, that is the skin step, to the second step, which is the base, you've seen it has aligned. No line. You can't see any line here now. The hair has aligned. So if you are a beginner, you have to pay attention to this video so that you get what I'm talking about. If you do this practically, gradually, you don't have to be fast while doing this. Me, you can see I'm still fast here, but you as a beginner, you have to apply caution, then carefulness too. Carefulness is very, very important here. If not, you end up, spoiling your client's hair, which is very bad. You don't get your client angry by spoiling his or her hair. You make your clients comfortable. Give him that bold smile on his or her face while you are in charge doing your work, cleaning the fur. Because while you are doing this, your client is equally paying attention, watching what you are doing on his or her hair on the mirror. So if you are not doing it properly, you will discover from your client's face, from the mirror, if you're paying attention, that you're not really doing a great job on his or her hair. So now the hair is properly neat. The fading is very okay now. It's 100% good. Now I'm trying to mix my hair dye. Here I use hair dye to line the hair. So now I'm mixing the hair dye. After the mixture, which I will carefully line the dye on the front hair, that is the frontal hair. That is, if you really want to give your client, if your client requests for a dye curve, that's what we call this here. So you can see, yes, I'm applying the dye carefully. While doing this, you do it slightly on the hair, but you brush from the front. You can see from the front to the back. I'm brushing from front to the back first, then I brush from back to the front. I'm doing this so that the dye won't be that black on the skin. I apply this, be careful, I apply this dye on the hair only. The dye doesn't touch on the skin, like that place I skin. It's only on the fed and the main hair itself. So I'm doing this while still being careful. You can see the hair is still neat, the fed is there, but the dye is solely on the hair. So for you beginner, don't go and apply dye on the skin part of the hair. Don't go and apply dye on the skin part of the hair. So after applying and brushing the hair, you use brush and make it very neat. Now it's time to carve the hair, that is to line the hair. So while still applying the dye, I maintained the hairline, because you don't spoil your client's front hair. You be careful not to take the lines inside. So I was very careful here. I maintained the hairlines while applying dye. So now you can see I'm lining the hair, which I applied dye on the front. You can see I'm still being careful not to push the line inside. This is the side, and I'm still lining from the side. You can see. Yes, I'm being careful here not to push the lines inside. You can see. So after here, after this stage now, after lining, I'll still find a material to clean the dye on my client's skin. That is for me to get a neat line, and for the dye not to be on my client's skin, and for the hairline to be properly neat. I have to clean the dye, that is the line. I have to look for a material which I'll use to clean the lines. Part of the skin that the dye is stained, I will make sure to clean it very well, like very, very well, so that the lines will probably need, like as you can see, this side now is part of my shop. I sell cosmetics too, varieties of cosmetics products. As you can see, I sell this. So yes, this is the tool I use to clean my client's line. You can see I still apply caution while still cleaning. I'm being careful not to, spoil my client's hairline. You can see I'm cleaning. So you can see that look, the hair is very, very neat, unlike the way it is before. It has given me this nice look. Now I'm using a powder to make the lines visible, like more visible and more neat. As you can see from here, the hairlines is more visible now. It appears to be more neat now than the way it is when I use the dye. Yeah, you can see the hairlines are more visible now, and it appears to be more neat. So that is the work of using powder to line. Now I'm using same powder to line my client's side balls. You can see here I started from down going up, but from this other side I started from up, then went towards down part. Yeah, you can see. So while doing this, you will still be careful, because some clients do have a soft skin, so you'll be very careful on how you apply clipper on your client's skin, so that you won't use the clipper, because it's like razor blade too, so that you won't use the clipper and cut your client's skin. So I was careful while still doing this. Now I try to fade the side balls, the up, you can see, so that it will align to the skin part of my client's hair. Now I'm trying to carve my client's eyebrow. You can see I'm still using same powder to line my client's eyebrows. You can see it's very lined, like properly lined. So that is the major work of using powder to line, because powder will give you this proper look, like it will bring out the line, it will make the line very visible. Now I'm trying to open my client's eyebrow. My client requested I open one of his eyebrow, so which I'm doing. You can see I'm trying to open my client's eyebrows here. Now my client's mustache, I'm trying to bring it down a little bit, so that it will be it will appear neat and good looking. You can see I'm lining. You see the way I'm holding this clipper. You beginner, you pay attention. You pay attention on whatever thing I'm doing, how properly I held my clipper here. You can see the way I'm holding clipper. So if you want same result, you will still hold the clipper same way I'm holding. So in here I'm trying to line from down. So now I turn the clipper and I'm still holding. But here you hold clipper lightly. Now under, I'm trying to line the bears under. You can see the hairline everywhere is very neat and properly lined, like it's very visible. The skin has aligned to the feds, while the calves, like the hairline, bring out the beauty of the fed. Because the two important things in this hairstyle is, one, fading, that is the feds, how neat the feds appear to be. Then the second step is the lines, which beautifies the hair. So as you can see here, the hair is properly faded, and which it appears to be neat, like very neat, from the skin towards the upside. You can see here is very neat, it aligns properly. So now I'm trying to line the other side. Now I brush from front to the back and from the back to the front. I'm doing this while still properly, I'm trying to circulate the dye which I apply on the hair. I'm not circulating this on the skin part of the hair. Rather, I'm circulating it on the hair. So you be careful not to apply the dye on the skin. And mind you, while brushing, you brush until the fade is very neat, like properly neat. So you don't go and make the dye part thick, like the fading part will now be won't be visible enough, it will not be neat to give your client what he really wants, because the black dye can cover your fading. It can cover the fading if you're not careful. It can make the fading not to be visible to people, which will appear to be a filthy work. You understand? So here I'm trying to carve the line the front here. So after applying the dye, I'm trying to line the front too. So I'm still being careful not to push the carving inside. You can see that from this video. I maintain my client's hairline in order not to push the hairline inside. So this particular thing here, lining, can attract and give you more customers. It can give you more clients. It can attract more customers to your business, to your salon, wherever you are, if you are careful not to push your client's hairline inside. So this is the number one reason my business has increased. I have different customers contacting me that they really want my craft on their hair. So this is one of the reasons they reach me. So now I'm trying to make the line visible with same powder. As you can see, the hairlines are becoming more visible now. You can see from the video, the hairlines are very visible. The powder is making it more visible. Here you can see it's more visible now. You can see. Yeah, you can see the hairlines are very visible and very neat now. So I'm trying to carve the eyebrows now. You see, I still use my duster to make the eyebrows properly lined. to brush it first before I line. Before you line eyebrows, you first of all, you have to brush the eyebrows first so that the hairs will fall on a particular side. So now my client requested I gave him an S line on the eyebrow. So that's what I'm really doing here. I'm using my powder to give my client the X line on one part of his eyebrow. You will still see how visible it is here. As you can see, you see it has shown very neat and properly lined. Now I went over to my client's mustache to line this part of the mustache. I first of all cleaned it. I brushed it a little bit down so that it will align to the other part. Now I'm lining. So you pay attention how I hold this clipper here. My client side bears, I line from down to up. It's not necessary that you must start from the down. I'm doing this because I can start anywhere I want. I can start from up to down and I can start from down, but here I started from down. Down give me this C look, while lining. That is one reason I majorly start from down. It gives me this C look, that makes my client's face to come out, and it makes the hairline to be visible. No wrong line. I maintained a straight line while doing it. So this other side, I started from up to the down. You can see the hair is very neat and properly lined now. You can see from the video. Now I'm cleaning the under. I'm cleaning the down part of my client's beard. You can see that. I'm cleaning the down. You can see the hair is properly lined now. Very neat. I'm cleaning the down part of my client's hair. I maintained a smooth skin lining. Now I'm trying to get this straight front line. I'm trying to get this straight front line so that it will give me what I want. You can see from the video. I'm trying to correct something on my client's front hair. So while doing this, you will pay attention to the your client's front hair on the mirror. You won't base from your own side the view of your side, what you're seeing. You focus on the mirror because it's the mirror that will give you what you want. The mirror will give you what your eyesight can't even give you. So you pay attention. Most times you will see some corrections from the mirror. So that is where after viewing my mirror, like viewing my client's front hair from the mirror, I discovered I have to retouch some places. So which I'm doing here. You can see, for me to get that straight line, because I don't like it if my client's hairline is not properly straight. So I made sure that the hairline is straight. Then here I try to brush the dye on the front hair so that it will align to my client's hair color. I brush it properly so that you won't have any sign of hair dye on the front hairline. Now I'm trying to brush my client's side fade. You can see I'm brushing my client's side fade here. Now I try to use after brushing, I try to use my scissors to get my client's side hair trimmed. There are some hair that doesn't align to the fade. So now I'm trimming while still being careful not to spoil the hair fade. I'm being careful while doing this. I focused on my client's hair while trimming the side fading. You can see, if you pay attention, you will see some hair that doesn't align with the fade. So I try to use my scissors to get them trimmed, as you can see from the video. Yes, the hair is giving me what I want now. The hair is properly trimmed. You can see from the video, I'm trimming. You can see, if you're with me, you will even see the parts that needed to be trimmed before I even, apply my scissors. You can see, I paid attention while carefully doing this. You don't do this with muzzle. You will do this with carefulness. So now I asked my client if he wants a hair trim, but here he said no. My client here wants more hair. He wants to get his hair grown. So here I use my brush to roll the hair first. I try to use my hairbrush to form the hair first before applying my foam. So after this, I will now have to apply my roller. You see, this is the first step after using my hairbrush. Now, after using my hairbrush, I try to apply my hair cream. There is a product which I normally use to activate my client's hair before rolling it. So now I'm trying to put on my gloves in order to apply the activator product that I use. See, I'm using this cream to activate my client's hair before applying the roller. So here I try to apply the activator on my client's hair. Yes, I massage the hair here very well. I try to circulate the activator product I used on the hair. I massage properly so that the hair will give me what I want, and equally make my clients satisfied. So now, after applying the activator product I used, I went back to use my hairbrush. You can see there is a huge difference from the first stage to down to this second stage now. After applying the activator product, you can see the hair is rolling. That is the major work of applying that activator cream that I used, and it's rolling the hair. You can see it's giving the hair this nice look which my clients want. So now I'm rolling with my hairbrush first. You can see the hair has totally changed shape. The rolling are becoming more visible than it is before I apply the activator cream. You can see from the video. I'm still brushing. I'm still using my brush to get the rolling. I'm forming the hair rows with my brush. Now this is the first stage of rolling. Now I use my roller. This is my hair roller. That is the foam. I apply it to get the final result. You can see the roller, the hair rolls are very bold, and now I'm more visible. It appears to be more neat here. You can see from the video it's properly neat, but you don't apply the foam, the roller, with muzzle. You place it slightly on your client's hair while rolling. You don't apply it with muzzle. You don't rest the whole muzzle on your arms on your client's hair. So you can see there's a part that didn't properly roll, so I still went back with my roller. My foam, you can see, is still rolling to give it this nice and neat rolls. You can see. You see what I'm telling you now. The hair now appears to be very good. Now I checked from my mirror and discover there is a place I still need to touch from the hairline. So I still went back. It will be very wrong after you as a barber touching your client's hair outside. A stranger will now be telling your clients there is a place that your barber really needs to touch. You know, this place, the line is not neat, is wrong, it's not properly lined. So no, I don't want such in my work. So after carrying all my necessary tasks, I still went back to my mirror, because it's my mirror that will give me this proper look. My eye alone cannot satisfy me on the hairlines. So it's the mirror that will give me that satisfaction that yes, here I have really done a great work. So that is why I still went back to the hairline. You can see I went back to realign the place that doesn't align properly. Some places that really needs to be touched, you know. So I went back and touched those places. So now I went on my client's hair with scissors. That is the top. After rolling, I try to maintain same level of hair by trimming down some places that needed to be trimmed. You can see the tip. That is the tip. I'm doing this while still being careful. I applied caution while still doing this. You can see I'm trimming from the tip only to maintain same level of hair on my client's hair. You can see in here the hair is of same level everywhere now, all around. You can see that from the video. So now this is aftershave, which I do apply on my lines, on my client's hairline. That is after I must have done my work. This is the last stage of barbing. You see? Here, the hair has this unique look now, which my client asked for. Now I try to use my this tool to clean my client's hairline to give me this proper neat hairlines. You know, I'm using this to remove the dye I applied on my client's front hair.